had a really lovely day, and I thank you for your patience and allowing us to learn from this experience, as we truly have. And so what's going to happen now is we're going to be thinking in this session about how we take what we've learned today and what we've learned as a hub forward into the future. So as a first step to that, I'm going to ask my good friend Juliette Lyle to tell you a bit about Natre local groups.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. I'm sorry I haven't got much voice. My year ones were looking for it yesterday for me, but they couldn't find it anywhere. So Natre local groups, we have a number of local groups around the country, and some of you might already be part of a local group, perhaps the Havering or the Tower Hamlets or any of the ones that these four lovely people belong to, so you might already be aware of them. And I just want to quickly show you there are three types of groups there. Some are large, some are small, some meet in the pub, some meet in people's houses. So they're very, very varied. But the benefits, all those things that you've been talking about today, all those chances you've had of sharing good practice, of hearing about people you can invite into your schools, hearing about projects, all of that is one of the benefits of being part of a local group. It also means if you lead a local group, you get a termly newsletter, you get wonderful PowerPoints produced by Julia and Kate with notes, and then lots of really good regular national updates. So here's London, and these are the areas of London where we have local groups. Barnet, Enfield, Redbridge, Newham, Barking and Dagenham, Havering, Tower Hamlets, Lewisham, Kingston, Croydon and Bromley. That's it. Now, it would be really fantastic if we could have formed a local group in every borough of London. It would be, and you can see there's quite a weight towards the east, not an awful lot on the west. And perhaps if you are teaching or living in the west, maybe that's something you might consider starting up. Because believe me, they are extremely appreciated by local teachers. And that's something that perhaps you could be thinking about. The point is as well, something like this London RE Hub, which has been absolutely fantastic today, that's made up of Natre members who run Natre groups who have come together to make the London Hub. And so between us, we can all support each other. The local groups can encourage their teachers to come along to future conferences, because I'm sure there will be more, Andy. And the London Hub, we can suggest to you that you go and join or set up a local group, because those local groups perhaps are meeting twice a term. There'll be probably a twilight session. You don't want to be having to drive too far to get to your local group meeting. And so it needs to be that local. It needs to be local so that the primary and the secondary, going back to what Julia was saying, can get together and they can talk and discuss and share. So extremely valuable. So if you'd like to consider a local group, you can either sign up on the sheet there before you go, or contact me via local groups or through the Natre website. I can give you all the guidance you need for setting up a local group. Natre doesn't control it. It's yours. You run it exactly how you want to. We just are there to support you. And obviously, we hope that you'll encourage your teachers to have a look at the Natre website and possibly join Natre. But that's not the point of it. The point is coming together. You might already have a group through your diocese, but it's not affiliated to Natre, so that's another idea. And that's it, really. But do please think about that. It's been a fantastic day today. One of the ways perhaps we could move it on is by seeing if we can increase the number of groups in London. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've had as good a day as I've had. I don't think Amin is still here, so it's sort of left to me to represent the Ismaili community and to say that on behalf of everybody who's been involved with the Ismaili Centre today, it's been such a joy and a pleasure to have you here. It's very much part of our aspiration for this space, this centre, to have you join us today. And we've learnt a lot. I certainly have learnt a lot. Some of you had asked me in the breaks about bringing groups of your pupils here. That is something that we offer. If you would like to bring a school group here, the way to do that is to phone the main Ismaili Centre number, which is 0207 581 2071. And you can find that by just Googling Ismaili Centre London, and it'll be the phone number that comes up. Asked to speak to Noor, who has been around. She's been organising the volunteers. I can see her. She's just disappeared. Asked to speak to Noor, and Noor will organise a tour for you. We do offer them, and they're very much what you saw here, but an extended version of, with some space for question and answers. I think Layla normally runs them. And Layla also very kindly gave me some postcards of the Ismaili Centre entrance area, the fountain area, and also the roof garden. I know some people wanted to take photographs and weren't able to, so if you'd like to take a postcard home, I'm going to leave them up here at the end of the day, and please feel free to take one. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's left to me for where next. When I first kind of put my name down as the lead person for the London RE Hub, I really never envisaged us actually getting to this point. Very personally, I'd like to say thank you for coming, particularly if you just follow me on Twitter or saw my posts on Facebook, or are a friend of mine who have taken the risk of coming today. I'm incredibly grateful because we have just about pulled it off, I think. The whole idea of the hubs was that there needed to be some kind of legacy. And some of you may know Mary Myatt. She phoned me and we spoke at great length because she wanted to know what we were going to do next. It's all very well and good having a day like this, which has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed myself. But what next? What else are we going to do? Where do we go from here? And Juliet's kind of given us a few ideas with the Natre groups. But what we've done is given each of you a postcard, hopefully. Now, it's quite possible you've done that classic teacher-student thing where you've already written all over it. But this is what we hope to do. And as an incentive, Culham St Gabriel's have given us a nearly new iPad to give away. Come on, more than that. We were wondering how we could best give that away. And we also wanted to keep the RE Hub in your area of thinking. And so you've got a postcard. What we would like you to do is to address that postcard to yourself. Could be a place of work, if you wish. We're not going to use that address to send you any spam or anything like that. Address it to yourself. And what we'd like you to do is to make a promise to yourself about what you're going to do next. If you haven't got a postcard, if you've already defaced it in the wrong way, please wave and Deborah will give you another one. We have already capitalised on some social media and social networking. We've got a blog, we're using Twitter, we're using Facebook. The internet has allowed this whole kind of new democracy where ordinary teachers like me can actually pull off a conference like this. It's quite amazing. And, you know, bizarrely, the people that I've made contact with to organise the conference, I spookily probably met through the internet as well, which is a little bit strange. But equally shows the power of it. We've already got a blog and we've already got some amazing blog posts on there, so please do go to our website and have a look at what's already there. Some of the people that have written those blogs are here with us today. But what we want you to do is to go away and think about how are you going to show us what you've done. Because in round about June, July time, we are going to meet together as a team and we are going to assess what you've done to see whether you deserve the iPad. Okay, our judgment is final, sadly, but it's really about action. What are you doing to make RE better? What have you gone away and done? Have you gone and set up a project with a primary school, if you're a secondary school teacher? If you're a primary school teacher, have you set up a new unit of work inspired by something you've heard today? Have you set up a Natre local group? Have you encouraged others to join? Have you gone away and written a blog for us about either the whole of today or just one of the sessions. If you don't have your own blog, we're more than happy to host it. Or if you do have your own blog, we will reblog it for you. So we'll put some links to it so all of you can share in it. There's so many different ways that you can make RE better. I don't want to limit it to the few in the red box on this sheet. But what we really want is for you to go away feeling part of this hub and wanting to do something to make RE even just a little bit better. That may well be organising next year's conference, because at this stage, I'm not making any promises. But fill out those postcards. We're going to post them to you in a couple of months' time. It's going to be a reminder to you of what you've promised to do. It's going to remind of, hopefully today, it has got all our contact details on. There might be some spare postcards if you want to take an extra one home, or use your smartphone and take a photo, or you've probably got already because I've emailed you several times. Thank you ever so much, ladies. It's been a real pleasure to run today. I'm incredibly grateful personally, and I'm now going to hand over to Deborah, who's going to do the official thank yous. But thanks ever so much.
Now, I know you can multitask, so carry on writing your postcards, come up with brilliant ideas. But very importantly, there's several really big thank yous I want to make. And first of all, I'd like to invite the volunteers, and I really mean volunteers from the Ismaili Centre, to come forward, please, if they'd like to stand in the space. You might not have realised just how many individuals have actually given up their Saturday. Do come, given up their Saturday to help us. Now, we as RE teachers helping each other is one thing, but these guys don't know us, and they've given up their Saturday to help us with this conference, and we're all really, really grateful to them. And I would like to please ask you to show your appreciation in one moment, but there's one person as well that we need to particularly point out. Where is Noor? Noor has taken all the idiotic questions that Andy and I have both asked, and Kate's asked, and so on, all the ridiculous questions, and gone above and beyond the call of duty. Please wave, Noor. This is Noor. So please would you show your appreciation for this moment. Do you want to say anything? No, you're just going to... Thank you very much. Thank you. And there's another person we ought to really say a big thank you, and you know who I'm going to talk about, our Andy over here, whose idea it was in the first place, who has been working at ridiculous times of day and night after a full day in the office, as it were. So please show your appreciation for Andy Lewis. And right in front of my eyes is a red light shining at me. And talking about dealing with idiotic questions, Leon, thank you. All the chops and changes around we've done, all the technical problems we've provided you with. So please show your appreciation for Leon at the back. And I'm now going to hand over to Julia, who's going to tell us something about some after things.
So just 2 housekeeping notices. The first is that anybody who went to the TrueTube session before, it would be absolutely amazing if before you leave today, you could go over to the TrueTube sign that's at the back. It's facing that way, so people on this side of the room can't see what's in the front of it, but it is the TrueTube sign, because Jess and her colleague at TrueTube would like a photo opportunity with everyone in, please. So that would be great if you could do that. The other thing, as Andy said before, is that everything for the London Hub kind of starts at 4 o'clock today, and it literally is going to start at 4 o'clock today for some of us. So if you would like, everybody is invited to meet downstairs, just outside, and we'll be making our way to go and find some refreshments together. We can be networking, talking about our plans for the future. The cafe opposite knows that they may well be expecting us to come in, and so it would be lovely to see as many people there as possible.
Foundation, that's wrong.
Faith Forum.
No, that's wrong. The Tony Blair Faith Foundation, Jo Malone, has had to go, but she said some of you had some questions for her, so I'm going to leave her cards here. If anyone wants to take a card and you have contact. There you go, help yourselves. It's a very boring note to end on. Someone say something upbeat.
Just have a safe journey home.
Make sure you give us your postcards before you go.
Otherwise, there's no chance of you winning tonight.
Exactly. Thank you ever so much, ladies.
Bye-bye.
There's various leaflets here. Come and take stuff.